What I wish I would have known when I bought my first home. Prices in the moment seem expensive, but years later seem cheap. When I bought my first home in 2003, I thought the price I paid was astronomical. Looking back at that home price 22 years later, and that very home has sold 5 times over and quadrupled in value, I realize now that you have to buy when you can afford it. What happens in life is that we believe that we are superpowered, highly charged, and always make good decisions. And some people express it like I am on this video. Some of it just believe it in their heart of hearts. But what I've learned the hard way, and that has been shown to me time and time again, is that no one can beat the market. Prior to 2020, home values have never seen as many gains as they did from 2020 to 2024. But what happens is this: we underwrite the past better than it is, and we put a dim on the future so we think it's going to be worse than it currently will be. So what's important about real estate that nobody's talking about? And here's the truth. Buy with the intention you're going to own it for 10 years. What's hilarious is how many accidental landlords are being created by the low rate environment of 2020 and 2021. And all of a sudden, the 3-bed, 2-bath bungalow you bought that you thought you'd live in for 4 years, you have it 12 years later. Maybe you live in it. Maybe a family member lives in it. Maybe even a renter lives in it. And when you do the math for the cash in and cash out, I'm a big cash on cash return investor. It's amazing the returns you're making. So when you look at real estate and investing, you have to always look over it over the long haul. Many times we want our money back now, no matter the cost. And you'll see this where a lot of people lose in real estate is their time horizon's too short. But what you have to keep in mind is the perspective of being a long-term investor, because you cannot time the market. And I say this all the time because one of the things that I forgot about when I was buying homes is the cost to rebuild any house is the cheapest the day that you start building. When I built my first home in 2017, I thought it was astronomically expensive and I couldn't believe how much money I was spending. Now that I'm building my next home in 2024, I think I can't believe how low prices were in 2017. So what happens is we look through in the past, as I've said, we have to remember the most important lesson of all is that buying real estate is about the long term. And what makes real estate a great investment is you can replace the floors, the windows, the siding, the roof, and add value in a very short period of time. But with transactions cost as high as they are, even with those short-term appreciating investments, you still need to own the home for long periods of time to truly see the best returns.